Well, let's dig into this and see what we got. Well, it's an NSR AMG GT3 angle winder. I must say, I wasn't expecting a gloss black on this. I thought perhaps that it would be flat black, but it looks pretty good. Oh yeah, that's real nice. Nice finish. I don't see any blems anywhere. Oh, that's nice. Boy, that's a beautiful car. Yeah. Let's see what we got going on underneath. Eliminated the drop arm. And that's a shiny chassis. Well, we're going to change this motor out to an NSR Baby King because that's what we race here on our tiny little track. And they seem to perform best with those motors in them. So let's go ahead and tear into it, get it set up, change the motor out. We're going to change the guide out to an NSR deep wood guide. And we'll get the front end batted down, get our stance right, get our float right, change our tires out. We're going to try some of the new Quick Slicks tires that are made for the NSRs with the air gap wheels. So let's dig into it and see what we got. Okay, we've got everything changed over for spec that we race here. We've got an NSR Baby King 17K motor in, and we've changed the pinion out to a 12 tooth instead of the stock 13, and we've adjusted our axle height, our ride height. We've changed out the guide to an NSR deep wood guide, and I like to round over the front just a hair. We've got good rotation there, and we've changed out the rear tires. We run silicone exclusively here, so these are the new Quick Slicks DF158 Fs. And other than that, a little bit of pod adjustment, and we're just going to run it straight out just like that, no weight, nothing else, and just see how she gets around the track. And from there we'll start seeing what else we can do. Maybe a little bit of weight in some strategic places, and we'll get the body back on her after a few laps. We put it on the rolling road and let it break in for a little bit. We ran it at 3.5 volts for about 10 minutes with the motor free, and then we put the motor in and we ran it for another 10 minutes at about 4.5 volts, and we've got really nice gear lash, very smooth, and let's see what she'll do on the track. Alright, this is what she'll see what it'll do. No weight in the car.
Wait, what?
Nice and smooth. Could use a little bit more speed. I think some weight will kind of help that out a little bit. But all in all, not too bad. Might need to put some tape across the chassis along with some weight, kind of stabilize that. I'm getting just a little bit of chatter, but it's not too bad. Let's go ahead and put some weight in it. Knock the sharp edges off of these silicone tires. They're still a little bit sharp on the edges here. We'll go ahead and knock those off. And put a little bit of weight in the front of the pod, and maybe just a tiny small piece underneath the rear axle here. And let's try that and see if we can knock that time down. We're 5.355 right now. And we're going to have to drop another 1/10 easily to be competitive here at the NSR GT class. So let's add some weight in it and bring it back on the track and see what happens. Okay, what we've done is we've added a small piece in the back here that is less than 1/4 of an inch, maybe 3/16 wide from side to side. That's 0.016 sheet lead. And then we cut out a little piece to put in there in the top of the pod. And that's 0.035 lead. And we cut out another little piece to put up here right behind the guide in front of the axle. And that's another piece of 0.016. And let's see if that may have settled it down a little bit. We haven't done anything else to it yet. I did adjust the one side of the pod. Hopefully that may settle this side down just a little bit. And let's see what it'll do now. Well, we heard the dinger go off, so we're definitely a little quicker. Well, we went from the 5.3s to 5.35s, and we're now sitting steady down at the 5.27s. So I'd say that's 0.08 of an improvement, pretty close to a 1/10. And I think once the car kind of gets a feel for itself, and I get a feel for the car, of course things will change when the body goes back on, but right now it's not too bad. These NSR cars like a few hundred laps on them before they really start getting broke in. But we'll do a couple more adjustments on the pod, and I think we'll go ahead and throw a piece of tape across the bottom of it. Maybe stiffen this chassis up a little bit. It is just super flexy. So let's go ahead and take care of that. And I think we're good everywhere else. And let's go ahead and take care of that. Tape the pod, do an adjustment. I think this pod lug here is still a little bit too loose. And we'll throw the body on it and see what it'll do. Okay, we're back at the track. We went ahead and mounted the body, checked all our clearances. It looks like we're good. Not finding anything rubbing anywhere. Went ahead and put a piece of strapping tape across the chassis, and that really stiffened that up just a little bit. Went ahead and took the sharp edges off of the outside edge of the silicone tires, and let's give it a few laps and see if that improves it anymore. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Feels a lot more planted now. And the times have come down. We were running 5.27s. We're at 5.23s now. The car is really well balanced. Here's a 5.207, 5.208. So I say we've made some serious improvements just with that little bit. The car is well balanced, well planted. Only going to get better as the tires wear in a little bit. And I get used to the car and the car gets used to me, and I'm just using generic settings on the controller. So I haven't really dialed that in yet, but I'm pleased. Nice car. Yeah, I could run this all day long.
Yellow flag.
Awesome. So I'd have to say this is a really nice model. It's aesthetically pleasing, beautiful car. NSR did a bang-up job on this. I did go ahead and replace the stock screws with some NSR brass screws. They have a real long smooth shoulder on them, and you can get a lot of action out of the car. So I've got the body float just about where it needs to be. I think once this car runs for a while, it's really going to get faster. I don't see any problem with this car. We have a NSR GT endurance race coming up. It's a team event in December, and I think I'm going to pitch this to our team and see what they think. And if they say yeah, we'll go ahead and put a Z Machine Light kit in it and let her rip from there. So anyhow, that's my take on the NSR Mercedes AMG. Beautiful car. Highly recommend it. You guys have a great weekend. Stay in the slot.